One of the most important steps a teacher can take is a visit to the counselor. A possible question to ask is, if a student wants to be in band or orchestra or choir for 4 years, what does that schedule look like? You can tweak the question with, and prepare for college, or if they want to be in band, orchestra, or choir and take a foreign language, or have an emphasis in STEM classes, etc. Make this schedule readily available to middle school parents and students and talk about it often. This will completely take away the statement, "I'm sorry, I wanted to be in band, but I couldn't fit it into my schedule." It also allows you to alert administrators if there is a true schedule conflict. Furthermore, learn all the tips and tricks. Some class choices in middle school make a difference in high school. Some dedicated people may choose to take certain classes in summer school. Just be sure that you're the expert and very knowledgeable about the scheduling options. Here's an example from my years at Lafayette High School in Lexington, Kentucky. This was based on a 6-period day. Obviously, your schedule is going to vary. But this is a typical way of laying it out so that you could see exactly what you're going to take in the 9th grade, the 10th grade, the 11th grade, the 12th grade. And band, of course, is in there. All those are orchestra or choir. But also some elective options, including a couple for jazz ensemble. Now, here were a couple of tricks in that area that, was nice to know about. So a lot of the band students and orchestra students could take Algebra 1 in the 8th grade. That was great because then it gave them an extra elective that was open in the 12th grade, making scheduling open. Also, a lot of students were able to take Biology 1 and Chemistry 1 when they got to high school instead of the Intro to Chemistry and Physics class, which was a great class, but it did not count toward graduation. So if they were advanced and they'd done well in middle school, they needed to know about this option, so then they would have an extra elective class. Those are the kind of tips, tricks, and strategies that you want to make sure that you understand in this high school schedule. A lot of my students wanted to take jazz ensemble, which was a class. They want to take it along with band. I honestly didn't always recommend that because I'm not sure that they needed that much band and jazz band every day. But for the students who really wanted to do this, I made sure they knew how to schedule it. Now, from the government in Missouri's website, here's the College Preparatory Studies Certificate. So they need 25 minimum units to graduate with this. So they've got 4 of communication arts, 4 of mathematics, 3 of science, 3 in social studies, 1 in personal finance, 3 in social studies, practical arts, health, physical ed, and electives. There's room in there for music. Now, in high school recruiting, it's important to keep in mind that people want to participate in something that is first class. I've seen programs, particularly highly competitive marching bands or concert bands, and they travel extensively. And they become too expensive and too time consuming. And so this keeps participation down a little bit. But it's also important to be conscientious in I've seen some programs where there was no expense, and there was also no reason to join. The uniforms and equipment were shoddy, and there was no engaging activities, and so it's important to try to strike the right balance for your community. Communication is always vital, and the top priority is always personnel. I will say that the biggest traps are often too many after-school rehearsal commitments and too expensive. So if we can keep that in the sweet spot, that will really help in allowing people to participate in your program. Now, I would love to tell you that kids always join music ensembles because they really want to learn music and get better at their instrument, and they love their director. But the number one reason is often to be with their friends. Trips help too. Sometimes parents require it. So it's always a good idea to kind of ask them, why are they joining? I used to ask them why they were not continuing, and that got a little bit too depressing, so I sort of tapered off on that. But if you know that their peer group is one of the most important things in life to a teenager, then you can better structure your marketing materials and sometimes your classes as well. Now, marketing materials are important. I was fortunate to work with the Winger Corporation in the 1980s, and I learned a lot from their marketing skills that I've applied to my music programs over the years. I've also read several layperson books on marketing. All of these have been very helpful. I know we have a great product, music. So we just need to tell our story well and people will be attracted to it. Use action words. Avoid negative words. Accentuate all the positive activities in your program and all the benefits from studying music. And mind your image. Select certain events and marketing materials and try to exceed all expectations. Communications really work well when they start with appreciation. Clear writing is clear thinking. Make sure that you close with a call to action. What do you really want them to do as a result of this particular communication? And you should always answer, hey, why should they care? And that's important to look at things from a student or parent viewpoint. And of course, don't forget, we're in a school system now, so please role model good writing, spelling, and grammar. Now these action words, often they're verbs. So I would use them in a manner that elicit a positive response in your communications. So instead of saying, hey, don't miss class, you could try to put it in the positive. Attend rehearsal, prepared to enjoy the music. Instead of, band doesn't really cost too much, you could say, band is a great value. And some of the action words they're vibrant. Imagine, discover, improve yourself, boost, increase, eliminate. Now is your chance. Care, learn, seize, donate, guarantee, develop, take advantage of, create, achieve, provide, obtain. Now here's a sample letter. So, dear music student, it takes talent and you've got it. Yes. So when you start with yes, that gets people in the mind to say yes. You can do something extraordinary with your talent. Join one of the most popular organizations in your school. There's no reason to apologize for band, orchestra, or choir. They're often one of the biggest classes in the school. Imagine the fun you'll have making music. So there's that power word there. Making friends and striving to be your best. So isn't that what we do? We want them to develop music literacy, right? So we put it right up front. But we also recognize that they'll make friends there. And some of those friends will last a lifetime, and that they're going to strive to be their best. And then you want to make sure you have a group slogan. Ours was Pride of the Bluegrass. Whatever your group slogan is, it should be a catchy one and well thought through. Experience the thrill of performing for thousands of enthusiastic fans in our area and on national television, if you're on TV. Enjoy the satisfaction of playing or singing in the award-winning and enlist your ensemble. So just a few ideas here. Now, when I was looking at some books, one of the ones that helped me was a book entitled Words That Sell. And I know there's another book out, a sequel to that one. There's many more, lots of resources here. So I recommend that you take a look at those and see what works for you. Now, accentuating the positive. What did the posters look like in the school? How did the announcements sound? What's the appearance and personality of the director? What is the image of the program to an adolescent? So yes, try to look at it from their viewpoint and from the parental viewpoint. List all the positive benefits for being in your ensemble. There will be many. Sometimes I've studied business contracts. Most begin with what the benefits are to the customer. Here's one that's just, a typical situation. This is for a heating and air conditioning company. It starts out with, as a preferred customer, this is what you'll receive. And there's 7 things that you receive. And with the annual maintenance to your heating and cooling systems, you'll experience lower utility bills, healthier indoor air quality, etc. So right there, 14 benefits before they get to the fine print of, it's only $155 a year. But by that time, you're so convinced of all the many benefits of it that seems like a value to you. So let's take a look at a possible contract for being an ensemble. This is one that I used as conductor of the Central Kentucky Youth Orchestras, a treasure in the bluegrass. And so this particular contract really quantified all the things that we did for the students. First of all, our pledge was obviously to honor the students and to treat them with dignity. And to really provide a quality music learning experience in a compassionate environment. We had 4 to 6 performances in local concert halls, and they were terrific concert halls. We had music that was selected from the standard orchestral repertoire. We had a very attractive rehearsal space. We had 28 rehearsals a year. We had a workshop each year. We had master classes and sectionals. We did music theory, chamber ensembles. We had a student board elected by their peers. We used really terrific communication. We had a full-time business manager and a music director. We had work study opportunities. We had beautiful engraved music folders. We had our own set of percussion. And we did have one fundraising opportunity to help with the expenses of being in a youth orchestra. And so what do they pledge? Well, this is just a list of what would a really great member be like. So it's just a list of those. Well, obviously a positive attitude toward learning would be terrific. And people that cooperate with other members. Regular practice and preparation of the music. In this case, we required private lessons in the youth orchestra. We also required that they be in their school orchestra or band if it was available at their school. Participation in summer music camp. And impeccable attendance, of course, at all rehearsals. Great care of your folder and music and of your instrument. And then we asked them to participate in one fundraising opportunity per year and that they pay their tuition promptly. So this is what we asked of our students. An idea of a contract. I hope it stimulates some ideas for you.